That is the Unfiltered. It is centered around these problems that we as young people go through. Over the recent past, there has been a significant increase in youth-related problems in the country. I believe that each and every one of us has been affected in one way or the other. We as Koilib TV have taken the initiative to bring you an all-interactive show that is the Unfiltered. It is centered around these problems that we as young people go through in a day-to-day basis.
Depression has been a very sensitive issue among the youth. But the real question is, what are some of the causes that cause depression? How can you tell if someone close to you has depression? Or what are some of the possible cures for depression?
Join me, Diana Mwangi,
and me, Roxana Gishia,
on this very first episode of the Unfiltered. Hey Roxy.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm also fine. I'm glad you could join me on this show.
You're welcome.
This is a very first episode, actually.
I'm flattered. The first episode.
I'm glad to have you. So today we are talking about a very, very sensitive topic. It has been on the rise amongst the youth over the recent past. As you know, it's depression. And I guess my first question to you will be, how would you define depression in your own terms?
Well, depression, I feel like it is a type of a mental health issue. Yeah, so basically it is a type of a mental health issue.
Okay, I think to me, I'd say depression is you're stressed. There's stress, then there's depression. So this immense stress, that is what I'd say depression is. Okay, have you ever been depressed?
Yes, I have. but I feel like most people don't know they have been depressed before. Because sometimes you experience some things, they're so stressful, you don't know what to do. You cry at night. At that point you're depressed, but you don't know.
Funny thing is, most of us are not bold enough to say we are depressed. But I think at the same time, hatujaipata ile space that is, how do I put it, a safe space to express yourself and say I'm depressed, especially amongst men. Very few. And
that is something that we should be working on, because society has put a man to be this person, like a god, be this person who should not have emotions, should not cry, should just deal with their own issues. That is why men are dying every single day.
You're supposed to be okay each and every time.
You know, actually, I've talked about crying, and I remember there's this day I was dating this guy. This guy used to cry, and I'm like, what? Why are you crying?
You're supposed to be a man up.
Why are you crying? But now, a few years later, after I learned more about mental health issues, that is when I understand, so it is okay to cry, because sometimes I myself couldn't allow myself to cry. So if I as a woman can't cry, so why are you crying?
Exactly.
But after a few years of researching about what really is mental health issues and everything, what comes around with the emotions that we portray, the experiences that we have, now that is when I understood, so it is okay to cry.
On that note, sasa ndo nafaa nikuulize, ushaikuwa depressed? Okay, what was the major reason ilifanya uko depressed? What was the major issue? Because personally, let me start with my own experience. I've been depressed actually around 2 times. The first time ngizi mashida tu za kujitafutia, relationship issues, bana ikilini ram.
So ni nyinyi watu mnaingianga na miguu zote mbili kwa relationship na kuramba.
So we had some issues, then it wasn't really working out for me.
Tell us what issues, we want to know, like I'm curious.
I was going through a breakup in short. Sasa your period, you start feeling like you can't do it without this person. So ikafika to a point where sikuwa naoga literally.
Kuoga? Like taking a shower?
That is, I wasn't showering. Sikuwa nakula, bro, nilikuwa nilala. Then I guess one of the few ways unaweza realize uko depressed, bana, you sleep during the day, kulali usiku. I was not sleeping at night. At night I'm very active, but now during the day I'm in my duvets, nime sweat, I'm not even realizing, nasiogi.
So what did you do after you realized that you're spending too much time asleep, you're depressed, you're hurting? What did you do to like
At
get
first-
out of that situation?
At first sikuwa na realize niko depressed by the way. Nilikuwa naona tu it's just a phase I'm going through alafu itaisha. Then 3-4 days bro sijaoga. Sasa hapo ndo I realize this is too much. This is too much. Now I started trying new things. Bana nilianza kwenda gym.
Wow. Wow.
I started going to the gym as well as trying to just distract myself. So I started doing something I've never done before.
Okay.
Just to try and distract myself from all the stress. But I think it helped with time nilienda hivyo and I was okay.
I think the thing that has ever depressed me is oh wow, I remember this time, my first job ever, like unemployment job. See the jobs and you unaitiango my first employment job. I quit in 3 days.
Yeah.
Why? Because I was okay. Let me just start the story from where it all began. So I finished my attachment because I did my attachment after done with campus. So I went to attachment. Then I was done by 17th December. So of course we are breaking for Christmas, enjoying with your family and everything. But during that period, this guy calls me and tells me there is a position for you in this and this company. It was a TV station and everything. And I'm like, how lucky am I? God. Yani umenibariki sana.
Bariki wengine.
I was so happy. And then I told my mom, early January, I'm going to this place for this job and everything. Funny thing, my mom was like, no, you're not going there. I was like, you're not happy for me. Why are you a hater? Why are you? You don't love me as your child, man. You know. I went like on Sunday because I was supposed to report on Monday. So I went on Sunday, nikajipanga, nikatafuta nyumba. I didn't even have a bed. Nilikuwa tu na mattress. So the next day nikaenda meeting, so you'll be working with this and this under this person. This is where you're going to be. You know, your working station will be and everything. And I was like, okay, fine. Then we started the work and I was like, it is the most toxic work environment ever.
Toxicity.
You know. At first I was like, me, I can do this. Like,
I want the money, so
yes, and like at the end of the month I'm getting paid. So the first time, and then sexual harassment at the same time, it was too much. This guy couldn't keep his hands
off you. Yes.
So I was like, the first day nimeambiwa nifanye because you know news ya 10, news huisha 10. So 10, after 10 kuna show. And you have to be there because you're the assistant producer. So you have to produce the show. So by the time unaingia kwa nyumba, it's around midnight. Tomorrow by 6 a.m. you're supposed to be in. No, like Monday to Monday, that's the routine. And I was like, you know what? Me, I'm done with this. Sexual harassment, I don't have time for myself. Like the work environment is toxic. And then I tried to file a case on the harassments. And this lady told me, because I saw she's a mother figure, so she's going to understand me. She told me, if you see a producer who doesn't have such behavior, then that is not a producer. And I was like, oh my God, I'm done. That is when I realized
there's nothing you could do about it. There's nothing you could have done about it. So quitting was the only solution.
And I cried. Let me tell you, I went, I cried, and then now I came to Koilib and look at me glowing.
You made it out. When you were depressed in that period, do you have anyone you could confide in? Tungeambia, hey, I'm going through this and that, and
no. Funny thing, I've never been in a space where I feel comfortable.
You feel hard. You feel
like already my mom told me not to go to that job. So how am I going to tell her I went? And this is what happened. I've quit in 3 days. I was like, I'm dying with my problem. So what am I supposed to do? I don't have money. Because this is the job. So nimequit before hata nilipwe. I already spent money. Nishalipa rent. No, juu rent unalipanga na deposit. So you're broke. So I just cried. And I started asking myself, what do I want for my life? You know, where can I start and everything. So I had this guy who, I don't know why this guy is always in my life when I'm in trouble.
When you need them.
Because right now we don't talk. But when I'm in that trouble, I don't know why ama how we start talking. You know? So this person akanihamisha, nikakuja nikatafuta nyumba this side. Then I came to Koilib. It wasn't an employment immediately, but I was feeling comfortable.
There was some sort of hope in the long run.
So after I healed is when a friend of mine, another friend of mine,
Yeah.
an older friend of mine,
Yeah.
I can see watching. It's a problem. Yes. Told me, he told me because tulikuwa tumeka like some few months without talking, so he was telling me, how are you, why don't you dance nowadays, because most people know I dance a lot. Ukiangalia status zangu, I'm always posting about dancing and everything.
Yeah.
But now nilikuwa nimeka, I had taken a break from posting and everything, so he asked me, Miss Jonah, videos zako of late, what is happening? So simi nikampe story, and this guy told me, you are depressed, and I didn't know I was depressed at that time.
Yeah.
Akanitafutia a psychiatrist, nikaenda, I started my session. It was online, but that is when I realized, oh my God, when I opened up is when I realized I've been hurting. I have been hurting, but it helped. Talking to someone who is a stranger from nowhere, it helped.
I love your storytelling, by the way. And on that note, I think there are also other major issues zenye zina bring depression, but especially to young people. There's career wise, you're in a situation where cause nafanya kama sahi naanza kuona hii haita give. Alafu there's pressure from my age mates. Some of them are driving. Mimi nainama samba, so I'm like, what is going on?
Like,
there's so much imbalance in life. Alafu you're not patient enough, bado. There's so many causes, I think. Bado family pressure.
That is a major one. You know, most people think when I come tell you I cut off my family, people start judging like, why are you cutting off your mother?
Why would you even do that?
Like, this person carried you 9 months, and I'm like, yo, I'm so happy for you. You can't understand the reason as to why I'm not talking to my mother. But you shouldn't be judging just because you have a great relationship with your mother or your father or your siblings. Doesn't mean everyone else is having the same relationship. And for someone to get to that point where you have to cut off your family, it is hard for them.
You've had enough.
Sometimes family can be toxic.
I understand. At the same time, I feel like we as young people, we also need to find ways on how we can create avenues like for other people to feel hard. Like mimi, I create that environment and unaweza kuja kwangu to feel free kuniambia. But at the same time they're so judgmental, and I think that is a major issue with us at the same time. But bado I was talking to someone, a man actually. So namuuliza, have you ever been depressed? Ushaipitia depression? So mimi namwambia actually mimi nishai. Aliza mbona? Naambia ilikuwa tu mashida za relationship ya ndani. Naambia mbona ukwe depressed your relationship? I'm like, it happens. Then he's like, mimi personally, the only reason naweza fanya nikwe depressed ni pesa.
Money.
Yeah, kwake ni pesa peke yake. So he's like, he feels like for us as ladies, when we get into those relationships, tunaingianga na emotions, tunaingia na emotions and all, but men are just there. And that is one of the reasons why most of the times tunapata after those heartbreaks, men are not even, like, they heal very fast.
They do.
Most of them.
Do they heal though? But for me, I've never really been depressed because of relationship. I've had,
but not depression.
Because of a relationship. But I've not been like you. I'm not showering. I'm not doing. I'll do everything. But it will get to a point. It hit me. Oh God, niliachwa jana usiku. What is happening? You know, I've had those moments, but I don't think it has stopped me from doing my daily activities. Just because, But I feel, ladies, tunakwanga na hiyo issue because the moment I meet a guy right now, nisha picture. He's gonna be the father of my kids. He's gonna be, you know, exactly.
So delusional.
And then when it doesn't work out, you're like, oh my goodness,
I'm a failure.
When am I even starting? I think I'm the reason as to why this relationship didn't work out. And you blame yourself. Okay, we are the cause sometimes, but sometimes this wanted to go 50-50. Tunachangia.
Tunajitafutia mashida in short.
I know. But so if you go in a relationship with your mind, because again there is a difference between love and obsession.
I know.
So sometimes we are so obsessed with this relationship, we just want it to work out, and when it doesn't, now you start, and that is why people kill each other because of relationship. Unapata mtu ame travel all the way from Nairobi to Moi to one thing, just because this person sijui ametumia do zako. Why? Because you're so much obsessed with this person, you can't see this person with another person, and that's being selfish. That is not even love.
Okay, nimekumbuka there's this incident in Murang'a University actually sometimes back. This girl, I don't know if she was a third year or a second year, she committed suicide after a breakup.
Wow.
Sasa najaribu kugauge ndio ifike hiyo point unaona sasa there's nothing more I can do without this person siwezi ishi. You have to be hurting a lot from that relationship. You have to be so much invested. Na sisi madem tunaingia kwa hizo relationship, then if like sahi when you're alone you have whatever you have going on peke yako, then mtu mwingine akikuja in the picture sasa unaanza kutune your life whatever you had going on you have to start tuning your life to go the direction yao. Sasa naanza kusahau dreams nilikuwa nazo. Sasa umsi anakwambia nitakufanyia. Sasa unangoja hiyo akufanyie, wewe ufanye vitu zako.
They always lie.
Yeah, exactly.
Like men and the current government, same WhatsApp group. I don't even know why they're complaining. I don't know even why they are going for maandamano. You're just hurting because someone promised you. This is what us as women go through every single day. Like a man can come and tell you, oh, I'm gonna bring sijui heaven to you. I'm gonna pay sijui. The moment you just say yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Akumbuki hata alisema nini. Anakuja kujui jokes.
Then unakuwa so vulnerable to a point where kitu kidogo mtu anafanya it's enough to make you have sleepless nights. Forget who you are in the process. Then moving on to parents. Mi sahi I don't think neza kuwa depressed niambia mamangu because nitamwambia then she'll be like you're eating. Unakula, unasoma, nimekulipia school fees. Mbona uko depressed? Unavaa uko smart. Why you depressed? So I feel like parents don't really understand us, but at the same time bado nawaelewa. Juu it's how they grew up when walikuwa raised. I think hizo times zao vitu kama depressions hazikuwa zina exist.
Hazikuwa. Why? Because even marriages za kitambo like women endured a lot in that marriage. It's not like it wasn't working. These people were going through, they were fighting. But us as kids, we didn't see that. You know, like ungehelp a marriage kitambo, ungerudishwa na mzazi wako. Why? Because you're supposed to do this, it's supposed to work. You know, like
supposed to be submissive, be the wife.
You know? And then, yani wanifunzwa kuingiza a lot, kuvumilia a lot, and that is why you as a daughter ama as a son, as a child, amekulipia school fees, amekununulia nguo. They can't really understand why you are depressed. Like nimekufanyia hizi zote. Like
kwa nini huna? Mimi nimekuwa depressed and I'm at a point where I wish kuna mtu anaweza nielewa. Then sana nakumbuka mamangu wako, but at the same time siwezi mwambia. Na by the siwezi blame. I wouldn't blame her because just imagine me going to ama even you going to your mom unamwambia sahi niko depressed due to relationship. So at the same time utakuwa unaogopa reaction yake itakuwa gani. Ataanza kuniuliza wewe sahi nimekupeleka shule, focus on your studies. That is supposed to be a main goal sahi. So hataelewa in your perspective, you see.
And I feel like generations may change because back in the day hawakuwa wanaelewa the struggle. For us, we're trying to find balance between we understand there is something called depression, but again we can't really go to our parents. But then I really have a big story. Why don't you take us on a short commercial break? Yes, then I think we should go on a short commercial break, and then when we come back, I'm going to tell you how the Gen Zs actually are they the alphas after Gen Zs?
I guess they should be the alphas.
How they are actually dealing with depression because we are the people who are raising them. So of course they understand. So don't go anywhere. We're coming back in a few minutes.
Welcome back to the show. You watching the Unfiltered. Now, before we went on a break, Roxana was giving us a story.
Yes. So I was trying to compare between generationals because that is the conflicts we have right now. Our mothers, they really don't understand what depression is because they were not brought up in this environment where they were allowed to like feel all the emotions. And then there is us who we are raised with those people who don't understand depression, but now there is a lot of research we've done, now we are aware of our feelings, but we
There's
don't know how
social media,
there's social
pressure,
media and
yeah.
everything. But now we are raising a generation where they really want to express everything they do, everything they say, everything. So I am a teacher. I teach every Thursday.
Yeah.
And one of my lessons, I was asking these kids, they are
Yeah.
grade 6
Yeah,
kids,
yeah.
who knows depression? And this guy lifts his hands up and I'm like, have you ever been depressed? And he's like, yes. And I was like, okay, a class 6?
Depressed? How?
I'm curious. I need to
Yeah.
know this story.
Yeah.
And then I told him what happened. Akaniambia ati, oh, you know, out of all my friends, I am the youngest one.
Yeah.
All these people that I'm studying with, they are immature. They really don't understand what I'm going through. I was
Yeah.
like, why is a class 6 student
That mature
thinking
to
about
say wengine ni
maturity
so
and
immature.
everything?
Yeah.
So I was like, who are your friends? Who are you hanging around with? And he's saying, high school people, sijui nini, these people are old. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So this person is already aware of his feelings. He already thinks he's too mature for his class. In class 6, ulikuwa unafanya nini?
Me class 6 I didn't know anything the way I was raised mimi class 6 hata sikuwa na simu. I guess your time ndo nilikuwa naanza kuwatch cartoons. I didn't know anything. Kucheza and stuff.
Yes.
But sahi watoto wa class 6 wako na simu. Not even class 6, class 5 wako na simu. Whatever content wanawatch kwa simu it's also affecting maisha yao. Unapata mtoto kawia by the time unafika high school, unafika form 4, they already know what we know right now, but back then we didn't know existed. So there's so much imbalance
I
between
think
us and
he's really missing a lot.
Yeah.
Because he can't really interact with people, his peers, because he feels he's too mature for his age. You know, and it's sad.
on that note, how do you think you know you're depressed, what would you do sasa ndo avoid hii depression isioka tena in the near future? What will you do?
Oh God, first of all, I think
what have you done? Nini ulifanya ukiwa depressed?
I think understanding yourself first of all, knowing what is your value. Who is Roxana? You know, most of the time tunaulizangwa, tell me about yourself. Start saying I'm a media personality, I can do camera works, I can edit. But ukitoa career, what remains?
There's supposed to be something more.
Yes, there's supposed to be something more. And that is what most people are clueless. Like, I don't know who Roxana is apart from namka asubuhi nenda kazi. After that, kazi, if God right now changes the system, like we are no longer working, tukirudisha the Garden of Eden, what are you going to do? So number one, understand yourself. After understanding yourself and emotions, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, then you can avoid those things. You know, because I know Diana is a toxic person. So if I relate with her,
let me avoid that.
Let me avoid her. My boyfriend is always manipulating me. So why am I with this person? You know, someone is telling me you're useless. There is nothing you bring to the table. But when you know your value, I mean, like, okay, I might be useless to you, but to someone else,
I know the value I bring.
So let me find someone who appreciates my value. So those are some of the issues and understanding that you need to understand about yourself.
On the same note, I think you can try doing something out of the norm. Yenye umezoea. Just go out. Just try doing something new. In my case, nilienda gym, so you just try doing something new. And kama when you introvert, just try something that works with you. Also, this especially goes to men, bana. Practice self-care. Practice self-care, bro.
I don't know why men don't love self-care. The other day I was asking this guy, do you have a face routine? And he's like, no, those are ladies stuff. And I'm like, oh God. What do you do for yourself?
There's so much toxic masculinity, I'd say. Unaambia a man, why wouldn't you do this? Kwani mimi ni dem.
Exactly.
I'm like, why do you think taking care of your own body makes you feminine? Or
The other day I was asking people, I have a radio show, and I was asking people, do they prefer showering with cold water or hot water? Yes. And this guy comes and comments and ananiambia ati mwanaume ni kuoga na maji baridi. Kama mtu anaoga na maji moto, then yeye ni mwanamke. And I'm like, if this is the notion that we have, like, you're not doing something just because it will perceive you to be feminine or something, and it's just a simple self-care routine. Taking a shower, like, everybody should take care of themselves. Should take a ukiamka asubuhi, oga. Ukirudi jioni, oga. You know,
nukia vizuri bro.
Nukia vizuri. Nasikia mwingine anakuambia mwanaume ni jasho. Jasho gani bro?
On this point, I think we can try finding ways of coping with stress. Unaona hiyo point yenye unajua sasa mimi niko stressed, niko stressed. Wewe tafuta kitu yenye unajua you can do just to click you ikutoe kwa hiyo stress. Because I think depression comes after your stress yenye ni immense. Sasa I can't take it anymore. Also surround yourself with people when they have positive energy. Si wale watu kila wakati they are pulling you down. Unaona.
Have you ever realized when you're planning something and then you say it out loud, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Like,
it doesn't.
You tell someone, I'm planning to start a business. You will never start that business.
Yeah, it will never work actually.
I don't know why.
I think kuna watu wanakuanga na hiyo negative, what do you call it?
Ama kujinx. I think people call it kujinx.
Yeah.
But it is, I don't know, you should just keep it for yourself. If it's something that you need, okay,
you just keep it to yourself.
Just keep it to yourself.
Ama if you're to share it with someone
that you trust.
This is a person I can trust.
Who is really genuinely happy for you.
I think for those of us, when you have someone you can trust, ama you can confide in, ukijua uko stressed, you just try talking to them. I think sharing, especially to us women, once you share something, unasikianga ni kama some weight has been lifted from you. But the problem is men don't share these things. You're going to stomach your pain inside you until you find your own solution. I think if it works for them, that is okay. But a man will be stressed to a point where unaona ni kama mtu ana cheesy. Then they start becoming irritable. Okay, I've seen kuna a person I've dealt with when they are stressed, they are so irritable. Mtu anakuja kuletea stress zake. Unaona?
Which is so dangerous.
Yeah, unaona like mtu asubuhi, you come unakuja tu wewe uko na vibes zako fiti and stuff. Umse na yeye ni talk. It's 8 in the morning. But sasa this person is going through something. Hana mse anaweza share na yeye. So the only way anaweza express ni through kuitoa kwenu sasa.
But you know sometimes you always quick to judge people who don't share. Like you know the men that you've said, I knew it, I'm a man. I knew I'm a man because I rarely share what I'm going through, what I feel and everything. But sometimes the person you're supposed to share it with hasn't created the environment, the safe environment for you to feel comfortable in. You know, I had a friend who was telling me that she has a boyfriend, but she can't talk to the boyfriend. She can only talk to a friend of hers. And I was like, why can't you talk to your boyfriend? Like, you guys, as you know, those couple goals. And you know, but they can't talk issues. Why? Because anasemanga, once I talk to this person, I don't feel hard. This person doesn't feel
judged.
To me.
The person is hearing you, but he's not understanding you.
You know, so it also depends, you as a person, if someone comes to confide in you, how do you take it? Do you judge them like, hey Diana, ujawaga siku mbili, wewe ni msichana wa aina gani? You know, I'm like, yo, listen to my story first, you know. Yeah, so sometimes we need to create that safe environment.
On that note, I think we should learn to use the sadness. Don't waste the sadness. Learn through the process. Understand what gets you through the sadness, so that when you face such moments in the future, you won't be afraid of coping with them and running into them again.
And we should also normalize going to therapy. Therapy is very important. I don't know why Africans bado tuja embrace. Like this thing is so, it doesn't mean you have to be depressed, but once a while talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
That thing helps.
And also, we need to learn how to grow with seasons. If seasons don't change, then there is no growth.
True.
So embrace whatever you're going through. It can never rain during the dry season. So ukiona imefika ile time in this season, you just learn how to cope with whatever you're going through. This conversation doesn't end here.
Definitely.
It goes on and on. It's something, it's something we can't exhaust actually. But I think at this note, I'd like to thank my co-host Roxana and our production team and everyone who joined in. It has been a very interactive show, and I'd like to have you again and again and again.
Me too. I'm really invested in this show.
Yeah. So, what is depression to you? What have you taken out of this discussion? What is something you'd like to feel, to do, or to feel? Like someone who is depressed, you might sleep through the day, someone else might not eat, or we all have different ways of dealing with whatever we go through, but at the same point we have to find avenues to help others. I think that is just part of humanity.
Yes.
So until we meet again next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep making the world a better place. See you next time.
Yeah.
That is the unfiltered